Hello, everyone. This is Dart, and there's been a lot of speculation and news about upcoming game content, lots of data mine stuff, tons of 11th hour theories that I found very, very entertaining, but that was before. There's been some very interesting announcements at Blizzcon. First of all, it's been a long time coming. There will very soon be a vanilla legacy World of Warcraft server. Good news for all those who want the original level 60 experience but don't want to go through a private server that Blizzard is just going to shut down with copyright claims. I, for one, am glad to finally see a positive end come to all the nostalgious drama, and kudos to Blizzard for taking care of their fans. I know a lot of us were expecting, or at least hoping, for this announcement at last year's BlizzCon, but we finally got it. And who made this announcement? J. Allen Brack, none other than Mr. You Think You Do, But You Don't himself. Well played, Blizzard. Well played. The next expansion has been revealed. The Battle for Azeroth has been announced, along with the intro cinematic. If you haven't seen it yet, you should. It's great stuff. It shows the Horde, led by Sylvanas Windrunner, defending the ruins of Lordaeron against the forces of the Alliance, including Jyn Greymane and King Anduin Wrynn. Anduin bears his father's sword, Charlemagne, and has found his calling as a priest that wears plate armor, and I don't know. It's kind of weird, but Blizzard did confirm that he is not a paladin. He's a priest that does weird stuff. The armor is actually similar to both Varian's and his grandfather's, King Lane's. So, interesting stuff. Even if the ruins of Lordaeron become even more ruined, the Alliance isn't without loss of its own. Teldrassil, the World Tree home and starting area of the Night Elves, my character's home, will be burned to the ground. I have to say, I don't know what to think about this. I'm pissed. The next expansion will have a very heavy PvP theme, pitting the Alliance against the Horde in new and interesting ways. Starting with the Battle of Lordaeron as starting scenario leading us into the fight. The Horde will have unchallenged control over Kalimdor, and the Alliance will control the Eastern Kingdoms. There will be some new faces, though. The Alliance will gain Void Elves, Dark Iron Dwarves, and Lightforged Draenei. The Horde will add High Mountain Tauren, Nightborn Elves, and Zandalari Trolls. And all these new playable races will be earned unlocks and come with their own armor appearance sets. And the Heritage armor sets look awesome. Both sides are also in pursuit of naval power. The Alliance will be rejoined by the Kultiras, a group that broke away from Gilneas long ago and is home to none other than Lady Jaina Proudmoore, so we can expect to see her back with us. The Horde will gain the Zandalari as allies along with their formidable navy. And the Horde and Alliance will have parallel adventuring arcs in both the Zandalari and Kultiras Islands. After looking at the videos for both of these new factions, they look amazing. The Kultiran area definitely gives the atmosphere of a seaside port civilization, and the Zandalari, I'm kind of jealous. Dinosaur and frog mounts. Horde favoritism. Yeah, I said it. Get over it. We will find out what happened to Jaina. Also, Thrall will be making an appearance in some form or another, and will explore the backstory of Vol'jin. There are going to be improvements to the entire game world in terms of level scaling. You'll be able to level anywhere in the old world up to level 60. You can do the same with expansions. Burning Crusade Northrend will scale from 60 to 80. Great stuff. Oh, it applies to dungeons as well. So Stockades or Ragefire Chasm at level 50 if you want. Not a big deal. And Blizzard is putting this in patch 7.3.5, not next expansion. Ian has said that our artifact weapons will be retired. They're going away. He didn't say how or why or when, but nothing lasts forever. That story remains to be told. In their place, a new story will begin. Magni Bronzebeard, speaker for the Titan Soul of Azeroth, will reach out to the Alliance and to the Horde and be rejected. It'll be up to us as players to choose to become defenders of Azeroth on our own. And Azeroth is gravely wounded. Her blood, Azerite, will be bleeding out onto the surface of the world, and we are going to have to collect it. And that will fuel the Amulet of Azeroth, a gift from the Titan, and a measure of how we progress and become more powerful in the new expansion. To gain Azerite, we'll be embarking on island expeditions. These will be 3-player co-op scenarios on island game maps. They will be dynamically replayable. There will be some sort of logical progression to these. Also, we'll be up against advanced AI opponents of various difficulties, or against an enemy team of players. There will be war fronts, where we'll have to play a kind of first-person, real-time strategy. We'll have to build up a base, develop troops, and take them into combat against the enemy. We'll have to gather resources, pick buildings, research upgrades, all of that. New arenas, one in Tiergard and one in Zuldazar. A new battleground called the Seething Shore, where the Alliance and Horde fight over Azerite bubbling up out of Silithus. And the previews for these will also be in 7.3.5. There will also be a change to World PvP. There won't be any difference between PvE and PvP servers. Players will be able to co-op or opt into PvP or not while they're in major cities, and only there. And there'll be bonuses and incentives for opting into World PvP. Dungeons. There'll be 4 for Horde, 4 for the Alliance, and 2 additional at level 120, with all of them being open to everyone at that point. The Mythic Plus system will be returning, along with some refinement to the Dungeon Finder. If you just want a 10 keystone and don't care what map, you'll be able to search for that. And 2 examples given were the Alliance side Dungeon of Freehold, full of pirates, brigands, and outlaws, and on the Horde side, Atoll Dazar. Dinosaurs, undead dinosaurs. Good stuff. The cinematic showed a zombie T-Rex of all things. How do you argue with that? I can't. Sign me up, I'm there. The others were Tol Dagor, Waycrest Manor, Shrine of the Storm, Siege of Borealis, Temple of Sethralus, the Underrot, King's Rest, and Kazan. Yeah, Kazan. Pesky goblins. First raid tier, Uldir, Halls of Control. 8 bosses. The whole thing is supposed to be a Titan quarantine facility where they studied old god infestation, and we'll have to fight through all kinds of corrupted things and stuff. More? Yes. Before all is said and done with the next expansion, will be facing off against Queen Azara. I knew it. If you've heard my previous videos, kind of predicted that, so I'm pumped. Can't wait. And if that leads to another underwater threat, something Black Empire, something Old God, I can't wait to see. Finally, one thing I was pleased to see during this BlizzCon was a panel with a lot of the voice actors that have helped bring World of Warcraft to life. The panel was hosted by Geek and Sundry's Erica Ishii and Trisha Hirschberger, and included Darren DePaul, Matt Mercer, Laura Bailey, Liam O'Brien, Jason Charles Miller, and finally Taliesin Jaffe. To give you an idea, Darren DePaul does the voice of Reinhardt in Overwatch, Matt Mercer played General Vezax in Ulduar, and Rexxar in Hearthstone. Laura Bailey, none other than everyone's favorite Dreadlord, Jaina Proudmoore. Liam O'Brien, Illidan Stormrage. Jason Miller, Prince Valinar. Taliesin, Admiral Ripsnarl, High Lord Darian Mograine, and the Devourer of Souls. But more than that, they all get together to play a homebrewed game of Dungeons & Dragons, game mastered by Mercer, in the Geek and Sundry show Critical Role. And they've just finished their campaign, and I don't get to watch this every week, so I'm kind of bummed out. It was very good to see them all together, and I look forward to see their next campaign in 2018. If you haven't seen Critical Role, by the way, I highly recommend it over on Geek and Sundry. It's a great journey. And that's all I have for right now. It's a lot to process. What can I say? Good luck, everybody. Have fun. I'll see you in game.